People, Deluded, I'm back again. Good morning. Now, there isn't much to speak about, but let's speak about what there actually is. You know, there's some nonsense rumours. 98% of them don't happen. It's all nonsense, but we've got nothing more. Moving forward, though, the Mirror reports clubs across the globe have put multi-million-pound transfer deals on hold, with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's potential transfer from Arsenal to Barca among them, which I can't understand why people would put it on hold, apart from the coronavirus and things like that. Not really sure the context of what the Mirror said. But moving on from the Mirror, the RL Magista publication, I don't know how true that is. They've been on the offensive. They said, Real Madrid want a striker. I've not seen him linked with them, but is it really a coincidence that Cristiano Ronaldo's been linked with an exit from Juventus, whether that's back to them or not? You've seen them linked with Lautaro Martinez. You've seen them linked with Highland. Previously, for years, you've seen Aubameyang linked with them. Since Aubameyang's contract became an issue at Arsenal, he's been linked with them. Obviously, I don't know it to be true, but there's rumours he promised his late granddad that he played for Real Madrid. Obviously, he's got Spanish in him. He's got Spanish family members. You've heard he's got Spanish family members that live on the more or less the coast of Barcelona or something like that. So, you know, there's strong enough reasons to want to go to Spain or try that adventure beyond the obvious pool of Barcelona, Real Madrid. You know, it makes sense if they want a striker to assess everyone. My first choice targets would be, and obviously I'm an Arsenal fan, so I don't want Aubameyang to be the target, but I think Real Madrid need to rebuild, and someone like Highland gives them that. My first choice would be Martinez from Inter Milan. I just really like him as a footballer. Aubameyang can give you short and medium term a mad striker, but you'd think it's time to kind of rejuvenate the side. If I was going to go for someone, I'd go for Lewandowski, but he's too expensive, and to be fair, you know, you're going to get a clinical striker with Aubameyang. He's proven it. You can have him for a couple of years while, you know, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, I don't know their plans for Ceballos, Asensio, Odegaard, who's having a good season away, you know, allows them to grow and develop and things. But I would think if that's the case, you bring in a Highland who's only going to get better. Martinez the same. Aubameyang's in his peak and he might still do it for 2-3 years. But, you know, you've got Benzema getting on, you've got him. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but like Griezmann and Neymar, Hazard isn't getting any younger himself, so he's very much for the present. In fact, Hazard is 29 years of age, people. He's 30 next January. It's mad. Like, I'm getting old myself. I'm 25 in a couple of weeks. Like, I looked the other day, I see Neymar, Griezmann, both 29. Not Neymar, Hazard and Griezmann, both 29. Let's see Neymar. 28, 29 next year. Bloody hell, Raheem Sterling, we're the same age. How old are you, Don? 25, my guy. We're getting on, my guy. We're getting on. God needs to give me some facial hair. Don't get twisted. Still take all your galley, but facial hair will not. But moving away from that, people, like I said, they need to obviously get a move on. This article went on to say Real Madrid could offer Dani Ceballos in a part exchange to keep the fee to a minimum for Aubameyang. Now, again, if they want to save money to do other things, Real Madrid are entitled to do that. But you'd imagine, realistically, as an Arsenal fan, I would like 70 million minimum for Aubameyang. But his age, his contract, the fact that we've got a weak negotiation angle, Champions League football these clubs can offer, you've got to take the bullet. Probably if we break even, get our 50 odd million back, 60 something back for Aubameyang, is cool. Can't see how that's a problem for... Who's to say they won't go for two strikers, but I can't see why that would be a problem for Real Madrid. That's a respectable fee for a goal scorer, and I can't see it breaking their bank considering the business they have previously done. And even if they were going to go for Highland, who I believe's got a little release clause, is still going to be, you know, a costly outlay, more or less. Martinez, who they've been linked with and who would be my first choice, you think that's a costly outlay. Obviously, maybe Aubameyang's age, they don't really want to pay over the top, but I wouldn't see how the fee would be an issue. Obviously, if they don't want Ceballos, it makes sense to try and get him off the wage books and things, whether they're selling him permanently or to us. Obviously, this article can make these rumours for obvious reasons, people. I mean, Ceballos is now playing. Ceballos' future at Real Madrid's in air. Arteta has played coy on keeping him. It's easy to invent how, you know, Ceballos might appeal to Arsenal in this move and things like that. It is, well, it is. I think it's nonsense, but again, if it happens, it happens, people. Away from that, John Cross from the Mirror is also reporting a host of clubs in Arsenal, including Arsenal, want to see what happens with Bournemouth's midfielder Ryan Fraser, who is not having the best of seasons after he's admitted himself his head kind of dropped after seeing moves fell. Wouldn't mind him, but I'd rather more go for other areas. He'd be a decent squad player, but I'd rather go for a winger who's better than what we have if there's any money to spare. Fraser's a decent player, but it don't really make sense from my perspective, really, to stock players up where he's had one outstanding season. He's a decent player, be decent for the squad, but it's not really worth it, man. Might as well just scouts do their job or bring in the next one, sort of thing, in my humble opinion. Not that it matters. We've been linked with Leo's Gabriel, and he looks to be going to Everton or somewhere else now. But I think football's a funny old game, because if you listen to the ex-Leo scout and current director of a Brazilian club, I can't say their name, Caponese, I can't say their name. But either way, Andre Martins has said, he's revealed that he was actually their third choice centre-half target. He said, Leo asked me to watch left-footed central defenders, and I knew Gabriel from his Ivor youth teams. He was initially third choice behind Juninho, born in 1995, and Marcao, who was born in 96, who was at Atletico Paranaense, I can't say it now, Galatasaray. And it's funny how these things work out, because no disrespect to them, but he's having a better career than both of them right now. He's being linked with a host of clubs more reputable than Arsenal. And it's funny how things work, because he's gone from being their first choice target to someone they're going to make a lot of profit on, assuming he gets sold and things like that. Football's a funny old game of opinions, and things like that highlight it, because he might have never even went to Lille. He could have went somewhere else, or something else could have happened, people. It's a funny old game like that. Apparently, top clubs are going to gang up on Manchester City, the Daily Mail's reporting. Top clubs gang up on City, including rivals Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Spurs and Arsenal, launching stunning bid to stop them playing in the Champions League. In a bombshell disclosure, Sportsmail can reveal that the entire top 10, with the exception of City and Sheffield United, have submitted a joint application to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Right, man, Arsenal, you're snitching. Is that how you're moving, man? They must snitching in this thing. Right, you lot are trying to do City dirty. I mean, you know what? If they want to do City dirty, they want to do City dirty. If they want to make a statement and protect some integrity, I guess they have a point. But no disrespect to my club, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, United, Liverpool. I mean, if we really... all football clubs are shady. Let's call a spade a spade. But we've got to act within the rules. And if they want to do that, they want to do that. Would be keen to know why Sheffield United weren't involved. They weren't on the snitching thing. But, yeah, I mean, City, as you know, City are trying to fight that sort of ban. And if, a fifth is still up for grabs and other teams can benefit, then why not? But... It's a sad one, really and truly, people. Arsenal could have signed Xabi Alonso, as you lot know, and that's something that's always said for Arsenal. But Cesc Fabregas, who has been, I believe, had an interview on the Arsenal blog platform and has offered a lot of sound bites. In fact, I won't read it out, but he said beyond the obvious, a major reason for leaving Arsenal was he didn't feel some of the players were technically at his level. In fact, he only felt Robin van Persie and Nasri, and he said he really couldn't count on Van Persie because of his injuries. And he also kind of, I wouldn't say question the mentality, but he more or less said I wanted to live and breathe for football, and people didn't kind of get that vibe at everyone from Arsenal. And, Henry said similar language. There's been many people at Arsenal and elsewhere that have had to ask themselves that. Yeah, he did also mention kind of being frustrated at additions not coming in. But in relation to Xabi Alonso, who Rafa Benitez tried to sell to go and buy Gareth Barry, which is a madman from Rafa Benitez. That's a mad thing. I don't know why he even thought that. But he said, he's one. And they obviously copied and pasted some of this, people. He's one. I was with Xavi on the phone the whole summer. He was dying to come. Imagine we got Xavi, Alonso and Suarez. He was literally begging everyone to go to Arsenal. He really wanted to come. And to be honest, I did my best. I spoke to who I had to speak to. I gave my opinion. I thought he was a fantastic addition for us at the time. And yeah, I have to say that a couple of times like that, I was frustrated by the lack of push, the final push. You know what I mean? that is so close. The players dying to come. It's so easy to make this deal happen. Says the fans used to say this all the time, and the fans are still saying this, whether it was Wenger or people above him or whatever. Like the Griezmann thing. Griezmann gets a lot of corn for Wenger gets a lot of corn for the Griezmann thing. But you've now found out it was people above him acting up and moving half-hearted in this thing. Same goes for Royce. Obviously, Wenger has sat on his hands a couple of times, like the club collectively must have done to bring back, says. He said, forget contracts. Oh, no, sorry, people, I'm missing out parts. But he said, I'm not a director. I see it from a player's point of view. If it was me, if I wanted to go somewhere like I went to Arsenal, I'd do everything to go to Arsenal. And I see that when a player wants to go somewhere, it's easy. Forget contracts. Okay, sometimes it's more difficult if you have a long contract or something. But normally it should happen. And yeah, Xabi Alonso was one of them. I mean, I was living it day to day because he was texting me all the time. I remember the whole holiday I was talking to him. He was texting me what's happening. And it was a shame because I think he would have been a great addition to that team. He was made for Arsenal, I think. And I mean, of course, Xabi Alonso, technically amazing footballer, long passing range. He scored a couple of goals from his own mouth for Liverpool. I personally think I rated him when he was in England. I think he was very underrated in England. I think people could acknowledge his talent, but I think it's really when he went to Real Madrid. I'm not saying you lot, I'm saying collectively the whole footballing world accepted that this guy is an effing baller, people. And you could say things work out, guy. You went to Real Madrid then. Let's just put it in a nice way. You won a few trophies there, Xabi Alonso. So everything works out in the best way. Same as Suarez. The Barca thing happened. Arsenal did it. You've won a couple of... Has he won a couple of champs? He's definitely won one in 2015. I don't think they've won a couple. Yeah, I swear Suarez must only have one. I could be wrong, but I think Suarez only got one champs. Not that I'm saying only one like it's a bad thing. Don't get twisted, people. It's not a bad thing at all. Yeah, one Champions League. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm looking at his honour list. The man's won everywhere apart from Liverpool. Well, he won the League Cup, but he's won league titles in every country he's played in. He won a trophy at Liverpool, the League Cup, and obviously showed the Prem what he's on. The Barca honours are crazy. The individual honours are crazy. Obviously won 2011 Copa America. Luis Suarez is a fantastic footballer, people, really and truly. I wanted to offer some words on a former Arsenal player as well, people. I've just seen it. Okay, well, Google Translate isn't... I'm going to have to do that in another vid, people, because apparently Jeffrey Adela's offered some thoughts in relation to his injury. He's going through an injury period at the time. Let me type in Jeffrey Adelaide, because I've mentioned it, so I've got to do it. You're going to have to give me a sec to find this article. Oh, in fact, one now. There we go. Google Translate. Twitter. Find the damn article again. There we go. Click on the link. Let's copy and paste this stuff. As you lot know, the 22-year-old obviously left us, went to Angers, played very well, and is now at Lyon, people. And obviously, as you lot know, he injured his right ligament in his knee. I believe someone else got injured in that game, people. He said, I haven't been given a date to return from injuries. The doctor, the physios, watch my evolution. Basically, we are talking about 6 months or more. Today is going very well, and we will see when I'm able to resume at the club. So yeah, man, it sucks that, since he's left Arsenal, he's obviously solidified himself a bit more in the footballing game and become that little bit more of a household name. And, he's playing well. He's playing for a good team in Lyon. And sadly, it's been robbed of him through injury now. And, you want all of our players to do well, whether it's him, whether it's Gnabry, whether it's Marlon, whether it's Benassia. They're probably the best case studies of leaving this team and going elsewhere and advancing their careers, people. Finally, in keeping up with the French, I would like to say happy belated 19th birthday to our young centre-half-to-be at St Etienne at the moment, William Saliba. On that note, I've really got nothing more to add, so I'm not going to do you a lot of disservice by continuing to ramble on anymore. People, as usual, thank you for watching my content. Thank you for rocking with me. Please like, subscribe and do the rest. Please vote for me to win the Football Content Awards. Links are in the description. Have a good day. DG, I'm out.